as you progress further and you get older, do you have any other ambitions or goals that you wanna do, whether it's a part of boxing or anything else?
Yeah, so obviously right now what I'm trying to chase is the big stage. Get
Mhm.
a big TV, spotlight spot to announce. Um, it's all about being patient and working hard, and that's what I'm going to continue to do. Right now, that's my goal. Later on, though, you know, hopefully make it into the Boxing Hall of Fame as an announcer. I know they put announcers in there.
That'd
That's
be dope.
another, yeah, that'd be an awesome um, goal to do. But one huge dream I have, if or when it's God's plan, if I make it big in announcing, uh, use that and build a boxing gym here in Mesa,
Nice.
Arizona. This is where I was born, bred, and brewed. 480 fed. I love Mesa, and so probably I would love to build a boxing gym here and have the community be a part of it and bring kids that, especially kids that can't afford to go to a boxing gym,
Mhm.
make it a nonprofit gym. Have these kids that need that discipline instilled in them, or that don't necessarily have to worry about paying a dime of their money to come train. I want everybody to come to the gym and train, and so that's one dream of mine that I would love to do later on down the road.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And me and my partner James, we really push a lot with kids as well because not only with just instilling the correct values, but it's just to bring back that passion, the drive, the hunger to see what we're capable of achieving, especially with these kids too. And providing outlets for them is a phenomenal way, not only to keep them out of trouble, especially because I mean, there's been how many boxers and great fighters that we've seen all across modern era and modern history where they did not have anything good growing up. Mike Tyson, the perfect example. He grew
Yeah,
up rough, and boxing became an outlet, and that's what ultimately got him out of that situation and made him successful.
yeah. Some of these professional boxers, they had a better chance than others, and some of them didn't have the great chance, like what you just said right now. Mike Tyson, he grew up in a bad part of Brooklyn. Also, Floyd
Mhm,
Mayweather, he came from Grand Rapids, Michigan. I've watched so many documentaries about him, and he would run, knee deep in the snow just to go to a boxing gym and train.
mhm,
So some of these kids, they don't have that opportunity, but the ones that know, the ones that really want it bad, they'll do stuff like that to go.
mhm.
And when when my coach Randy Robles was here in Mesa, and we were training at a gym, we had kids that would come into the gym, and they just would get excited putting on a pair of gloves. And some of them, they didn't have a lot of money, but
Mhm.
I remember training um, these brothers, and I had a couple pair of gloves. And I remember I gave one of my pair of gloves to one of the brothers because he really wanted to train, and I told him, "Hey, I'm gonna give you these gloves. I've used them before. I got a new pair right now, so I'm gonna give you these. I know you really want to train." And he used those gloves each and every single day until literally they were faded out. The paint was coming off of them and all that. So um, I think creating like an atmosphere of that,
Mhm.
and having you know and it doesn't even have to be kids from just unfortunate times. It can be just
Mhm.
any kid, if they want to come in there and train. I feel like having an atmosphere or a place like that for them to even get their feet wet into the sport, I think it'd be awesome. So
Yeah. Absolutely, because you never know, it's you say that you tell that story with that kid, and he wore them every single day until they faded out, whether it's 15, 20, 25 years from now, just that single act of kindness could have set him on a path to where he could be doing tremendous, phenomenal things 20, 25 years from now, and it's all
Oh,
because of that one moment, because the fact whether they come from a good or bad background, because you gave them something that sparked that fire, that made that something that really stuck with them and became a moving force for them to become a better version of themselves.
yeah. To even piggyback off that, um, my brother um, introduced me to some to some brothers of at that time of a person he was dating, and he asked me, he's like, they really want to train, they really want to train, and I trained them. And this was even during COVID. I have videos too of me hitting, working mitts with them and having the bodyguard on. And this was during COVID time, and I was training them and working, having them work out and having them run sprints and do push-ups and all that, and teaching them the fundamentals. And now that brother, he had graduated high school. Now he's in the army. Right now he's in boot camp, and he had told my brother, like, my brother asked him, like, "Oh, are you, kind of nervous for the workout and stuff like that?" And my and he told my brother, "Well, he's like, I'm not super nervous, but if it was anything like what your brother trained me in, then I think I'll be ready because he trained me really well." So I didn't, when I was training them, I didn't really think anything of it. I was
Mhm.
just doing it because I love doing it. But
Yeah.
now, after he said that, I was like, "Dang, that made a huge impact," and that was huge to hear, and it was really nice to hear because I was like, "Dang, I didn't think I was doing anything special." But